It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I want?
Blaze up.
Come on, blaze up.
It's a beat for me.
Wow, 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 wow. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Mix it for your boy. Drop it for your lift it up.
Hello, happy Thursday. Yes, happy Thursday. Today is the 5th. Come on in here. Shout out to everybody in the building. Today is Thursday, June 5th. Shout out to everybody in the building. I came in on a little bit early because I need to go do some things. I need to run some errands, but we got a show to discuss today. Shout out to everybody in the building. Y'all get on in here and get the likes up on the video. Please get the likes up. Hey, Essie Boo. Hey, niece. What's going on? Shishi, thank you for the super chat. Says, good morning, y'all. Good morning, Shishi. Shout out to everybody in the building. Y'all get on up in here and get the likes up on this video. Oh, my nail about to break. Ugh, I hate that. But y'all get up in here and get the likes up on the video. Shout out to everybody in the building, y'all. We got a few things to discuss. Obviously, we're doing the Diddy trial. And this girl, Bama, who's Cassie's friend / dealer, we're gonna talk about it. We're literally gonna talk about it, y'all. And she needed immunity as well. We'll get into that. We'll also discuss. Now, I don't know how far into detail. I'll just hold it. Then we'll discuss DDG versus Halle Bailey. Apparently, he posted pictures of her cutting him with a knife, and then he went around and filed for custody, and then it was denied, and all types of stuff. It was a lot going on. Then we're going to talk about T.S. Madison and Nene leaks. So apparently, T.S. Madison on her YouTube was over there with Craig on the PHAG talk. And apparently they were talking about Nene, and T.S. Madison won't get on here and say that Nene was giving tranny. Now, we're going to get into it because according to T.S., when T.S. got on the show, it was, but that means that's a good thing. That means you were serving, you were giving. We're going to get into it. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Then we need to talk about the track girl, the black girl who won a track title and used a fire extinguisher to put out her feet. Y'all know what that means. Like, them shoes is on fire, my feet on fire. And they ended up taking her title, I'm sorry, away from her. Sorry. So sorry, y'all. Y'all know I keep my lime water. Y'all knows I keep my lime water. Only thing about lime water is it still make you thirsty. Like, it don't quench your thirst. If you're looking to quench your thirst, don't put no lime in your water. But it's great for your voice. It's great. I don't know. I might as well say it's great for my skin too. I feel like I'm, don't get me wrong. My forehead big. It's shiny. But I feel like, it might be good for your skin. Yeah. Lyric, I love my lime water, girl. And Lyric say, girl, you in that lime water. It's very acidic. But, it is what it is. All right. And I've learned not to eat it or drink it all the time. So, I don't know. Y'all don't know this, but I love water. As a matter of fact, I drink more water than I eat. And, yeah. So I've learned since I got on this lime water kick about a few weeks ago, I've learned that I got to give myself breaks. Like, I can't drink it all day and all night. Sometimes I got to just grab me some water. But for the most part, it's good. Y'all come on in. Let's get into the show. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. I had to close my doggone browser. Now I got to go pull everything all the way up again. Because sometimes, I guess, on and I don't know, maybe it's a browser thing, but sometimes whenever I log in a StreamYard, that's what took me long today. Sometimes I'll log in in the StreamYard and it'll tell me I don't have a camera. And I'm like, wait, what? Then I gotta close the entire browser. It's a lot. And reopen it. It's a lot going on. I don't know what that means. Whatever. But we got a few newsworthy things to discuss. Let's start off with, you know what? I don't want to start with the positive. Let's get the negative out of the way really quickly. It ain't going to take long, y'all. It ain't going to take long. Let's get the negative out of the way. And then we're going to double bike and we're going to jump right on into the show. Hold on one second. So my first honorable mention, I'm sorry. Do I have some on my nose? My first honorable mention I wanted to give to you guys today. Not that. Let's start with Brian McKnight. So apparently Brian McKnight's ex did an interview about a year ago. And she spoke about the stipulations in which Brian McKnight offered her son, I guess, the best treatment and the best help. And she's giving her side of things. And I wonder what you guys think about it. Let's get into it. Julie McKnight revealed that last year, while their son was healing in the healing process, battling cancer, that trifling Brian McKnight had the nerve to send her a nasty, hateful message. She said she shut it down immediately, making it clear that he wasn't welcome anywhere near their son with that kind of energy. Tragically, their son has since passed away, and it just makes Brian's cold-hearted behavior hit worse. This is the same man who bragged about disowning Julie's kids like they don't exist, okay? Let's get into what she had to say about this incident, and we'll come right back to some commentary.
I did receive out of the blue a text from him about a year ago when our son Nico was, going through his healing process. So I did get a very, very, very negative text from him during that process. And I'm glad you asked that, because then I can address, he made a comment where he hasn't contacted our son because I left a very, he didn't say harsh, very aggressive voicemail. And in a way, I will say that is true, because once the text was received, I did make it very, very, very clear that this type of negativity is not what's going to be allowed in this space. And if this type of negativity is what you're bringing, do not bring it here. Mm-hmm. If you would like to be helpful, if you would like to be a part of this, no problem. Now you know how to reach me. But this is what we're not going to do. So I guess it was harsh.
Well, and is that the incident that we read about on social media and in entertainment blogs, where I think that he made mention that you basically said stay away?
Yeah, he said his words were that I told him to stay away. What he was told was not to bring that bleep into this situation. The moment that he said that they were born out of evil, they were born out of sin, the moment that he said they're the way they are because their mother raised them, absolutely. And I thank God. So at that point, he essentially just handed full everything to me, which I had. So yeah, if I'm protecting my son and my daughter-in-law, you will not do this in this space. And yeah, he was told that. Now you're more than welcome to be a part of this in a positive way. But once the text was sent, it was, oh no, thank you. No. But he is still welcome. Just you have to come in the correct way.
But I want to bring the bleepity bleep bleep bleep. I want to be welcome and bring the bleepity bleep bleep bleep.
No.
And you're not allowing that.
You're not allowed to do that.
Yeah.
Whoever you are. I did receive.
All right. So this is a very tricky subject. Very, 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 very tricky. This is very, very tricky. And let me tell you why. Because I had heard a whole bunch of stuff from Brian. Brian is an a-hole. Brian McKnight is trash. Brian McKnight has karma coming to him. Like, there's no way around that. Then when I heard her, then I started being like, okay, so she's making some really great points, and I'm understanding why she's doing 90% of the stuff that she's doing. Like, for instance, her saying, you won't call my kids evil and say they were born out of evil. Fine. My son is sick. Don't bring all that over here. I'm with her. You feel what I'm saying? I think my only drawback I would have is, at the time your son was a grown man, was this his decision, or was this a situation where two exes are fighting over each other and also over the children? And let me say why this is important. Because it seems like to me that, for probably good reason, it seems like that lady still feel a type of way about the way that he did her and her kids. She has every right to do that. I would feel the same way too. You feel what I'm saying? So it feels like she feels a way, and it also causes resentment, which is normal. That also, then you add or factor in, him acting a fool, him going online with the new family, whoop, all of this stuff. And it's just like, yeah, it's too much. It seemed too much. So I'm saying all this to say it's not that she's necessarily wrong, because she's not wrong. She's really not. I think that you just got to be careful that, because I've seen this happen with couples that break up. It's almost like, typically what happens is the children, whatever parent they raise with, which is typically the mama, that's the parent whose side they take. Typically. Not all the time, but typically. She raised the boys. Then on top of that, this man that went bought a new family. I said bought, probably did bought, but got a new family, got married, renamed children, Brian McKnight, the third junior, and all of that craziness and whatever. Then you on here talking about we born out of evil. Then you disowning us. It's so much happening at one time. I think my only thing I would have to say is, I would hope that Brian and his ex-wife were not too busy caught up in fighting against each other, that it caused him, or maybe even possibly both of them, to not be able to spend as much time, or at least get in what they could have and should have gotten in with their son. Because it seems to me like this is a very nasty, bitter relationship, past relationship. My girl's still feeling some type of way. I don't blame her. He moved on with this new family, probably trying to bring the new wife and children there, while this boy over here fighting for his life. I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't be for none of that neither. I ain't gonna lie. But then again, I'm wondering what Nico had to say. You know what I mean? Rest in peace to Nico, bro. I'm hoping that this family finds some sort of peace or something. I don't know, girl. I don't know. But either way, that's what happened with that. I just wanted to share that with you guys and get y'all's opinion on what you felt about it. Okay, y'all get the likes up on the video, please, and thank you. Get the likes up. La Madame, thank you for the super chat. Says water is a natural, or is nature's original fountain of youth. Yes, it is. I love water. I'm a Pisces too, so I absolutely love water. I adore water. Like I love swimming in water. I don't know. I like water. It's weird. Maybe it's not weird. Thank you so much, La Madame. Rochelle, hit me up with a generous all the time, but with another generous super chat. Thank you so much for making it rain, TD.
I make it rain. I make it rain. I make it rain on them hoes. I make it rain. I make it rain on them hoes.
Shout out to TD. Sorry, I was trying to drink some water before I came back on. But good morning, Vu and Acorn. I'm grieving. Oh no, I'm grieving myself and want to offer up thoughts of comfort, healing, strength, and everyone listening and watching your channel. Blessings, everyone. Oh, you know what? My heart, prayers, and everything go out to you, please hit me up at Voodoo Doll Podcast if you need anything, Titi. Voodoo Doll Podcast at gmail.com. If you need anything, please hit me up. Please hit me up if you need anything. And I'm so sorry for whatever you're grieving, and you are in my prayers. And I need everybody in the chat to make sure y'all send one up for Titi and whatever's going on with her, and you are in our prayers, okay? All right. Now I want to move on really quickly, y'all. And thank you so much for the generous super chat. Now, really quickly, I got one more honorable mention, really quickly. No, I got two. Ooh, y'all remember this? Let me see if y'all remember this. Y'all remember this?
It's all y'all's fault. Y'all messed up the family. Can't you see that?
Y'all remember that? Well, y'all remember what his name was? Ahmad? Remember, they was arguing and fighting and all of that, trying to figure out Sunday dinner while Big Mama was in the hospital getting her leg amputated. Her arm amputated. Remember, Big Mama was in there cooking collard green, cornbread, fried chicken, pound cake. She had chicken and dumplings, fried fish, spaghetti, baked macaroni and cheese, green peas, turkey ham. They said she might have threw a little potato salad on there. Remember, girl, I loved that movie. And that's the fat girl on the inside of me. I was more intrigued by what was on the table. You know that? That's a shame. That's a shame. That is a real. I was more intrigued by what was all on the table. God ain't through. He ain't through with me yet. But anyway, what up, JP? What up? So look, Ahmad was trying to get the family together for the last Sunday dinner, right? Well, remember they was arguing about selling the house because Terry wanted to sell a house. You feel what I'm saying? Because Faith was fucking her husband. You see what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie. If Cousin Faith was fucking my husband, I'm selling this house, that house, every house. And I'm with Faith. I'm not Faith. I'm with Terry. You know what? Fuck the family. Okay? You know what? Fuck the family. I let the family in my house. You know what the family did? The family, my husband. That's right. Faith, my husband. Oh, come on. We need to talk about it. Oh, you want to talk? You want to talk? Either way, I'm going somewhere with that. Ahmad done finally he done finally got in touch and back with Big Mama. She got her leg back. She no longer suffer from diabetes. And that's her. She's 90 years old. Actor Brandon Hammond just unlocked a core memory in honor of Irma P. Hall's 90th birthday. He shared a few recent photos with his Big Mama from a few years ago after being reunited nearly 20 years after the release of the film Soul Food. The actor who played Ahmad took time to honor Irma and how she left an impact on his life. Wow, this lady's 90 years old. It says, happy 90th birthday to the legendary Miss Irma P. Hall. She was born June 3rd, 1935. Wow. It is not an overstatement to say that Irma's career is nothing short of iconic. Beyond all of the wonderful things she's done throughout her career, Irma is an even more wonderful and amazing person. Of course, I know Irma from our time together on the film Soul Food. I met her as a 12-year-old boy, whom she immediately treated like her grandson. Because of Soul Food, Irma would affectionately be known by so many as Big Mama, and I as her favorite grandbaby. And she and I were forever linked. It says, I am honored to share not only the screen, but a friendship with her. I briefly worked with Irma once more after Soul Food, but it would be over 20 years since then that she and I would finally get to see each other in person again. Most of you don't know that for the past couple of years, I've been in the process of directing a Soul Food reunion documentary. Yes, really. I am super excited for you all to see this. And this afforded me the opportunity to visit Irma and her wonderful family a couple of years ago in Texas, where she now resides. Special thanks to her lovely daughters. Whoop de whoop. It says, words can't really express what this experience was like for me, but I'll try. Her hugs and smile was as much as I remember them, and being able to reminisce about the special time. Let me scroll down. About the special time. Where was I? Me being able to, about the special time filming Soul Food almost 30 years ago is something that I will hold on to for dear life. We sat at the table for nice soul food as dinner and just enjoy one another. I have included some pictures from that visit. Okay. I ain't going to keep reading all of this, but he said, happy birthday, Irma. I love you dearly. And he truly hope that people understand that this lady is iconic. I think this is super, super dope. First of all, Miss Irma looks amazing. Second of all, Ahmad, when you speak on Miss Irma, please put the Miss on it. Please put a handle on it. You didn't grow up shooting dice with Miss Irma. You didn't grow up playing double dutch with Miss Irma. Y'all didn't shoot no marbles together. Y'all didn't play double dutch, jumping jacks. Y'all didn't do hopscotch. None of that. Please put a Miss on the front of that Irma. I seen too many Irmas up in there, and I didn't too particularly like that for me. You feel what I'm saying? But neither here nor there. Miss Irma has made it to 90 years old, born in 1935. Congratulations. Happy birthday, Miss Irma. I think it's dope that he's working on a reunion. You might want to get it done before Miss Irma going on to glory. Okay? Miss Irma ain't got 30 more years, Ahmad. And as a matter of fact, Ahmad, while you were setting up there crying because they couldn't get it together for the family dinner, it was your fault that the doggone stove caught on fire, because they done told you by wiping your hands with that towel. Matter of fact, Big Mama told you that. You should have asked her about it. They done told you by wiping your hands on a towel and throwing it on that gas stove. You burned down the house, Ahmad. So with that being said, at the end of the day, who ruined the family dinners? Ahmad did. Plot twist, right? But not the end or there. Hopefully you learned that lesson. You ain't burned down nobody else's house, because Big Mama had that house in her family for years and scolds and blows. Hopefully you ain't burned down nobody else's house afterwards. And congratulations on the reboot or the reunion. I'm hoping it's dope. It would be dope if y'all give the family, like, where now it's the extended family. Big Mama gone. You feel what I'm saying? Terry ended up making back up with her husband because nobody else wanted her, but secretly she still always have been in love with what's her name husband, the sister husband, because remember that was her old man first. You see what I'm saying? Oh yeah, see, a lot of subtleties was given in this show. Y'all got to remember, not Terry. What's the girl, the sister? Girl, whatever the sister name, she took her husband, she took her man from him and then married him. Did I say that right? There was a lot of tease going on in this show. And let's just say this, whoring ran through the family. Vivica Fox character, yeah, Maxine. Maxine stole Terry's husband. Well, she stole Terry's old man and then married him. Listen, that fate character, that fate spirit ran through the family. All of them was hoes. Plot twist even more. Big Mama, that's not their uncle in the that was never their uncle in the other room that never came out. That was Big Mama old man. Wouldn't that be a crazy plot twist? They waiting for Uncle Earl to come outside with all that money in the TV. Turned out that was Big Mama old man. You thinking the money in the family, he waiting for Big Mama to take her last breath so he can take all that money and go on by Miss Shirley, who he been messing with for the last 20 years anyway. Uncle Joe, that was his name. I'm just saying plot twist. My brain goes like that. Oh my God, we got all the money from the TV. Uncle Joe, it's so good to see you. Uncle? I ain't your damn uncle, man. I was smashing your granny. Now she gone. Me and Shirley about to live good off the rest of this money. You know how much crack I'm about to smoke, man? Get your ugly ass out of here. Let's move on. Man, I don't even like kids. Get your stupid ass out of here, nigga. Nigga, fuck your daddy. Why do I think like that? That would be dope though. You know who would be able to do that movie a really good justice if they were to do like a spoof of that? The Wayans brothers. How they did Don't Be a Menace to South Central. Yeah, I think they'll do really good redoing Soul Food. I would see it. It was Uncle Pete. That was his name. Uncle Pete. It was Uncle Pete who never came out that room. Uncle Pete didn't come out that room because Uncle Pete was waiting for everybody to go to bed and go on to these prospective houses so he can creep on there by Big Mama. But neither here nor there. Let's move on. I want to show y'all something else too. Hold on. What I did that. Hold on. Let me show y'all something. Oh, one more. And then we got to move on. I'm doing the most. So apparently Lil Scrappy has popped out with a new boo and she's a realtor. Did y'all know that? Let me pause it so you can see. And she looked like Portia. Who this? Harper, who this woman? Now, you know Erica, baby mama number one, is somewhere windmilling. I know y'all want people to believe that Erica ain't tripping, but Erica been wanting that nigga back since he left her. So she's a very pretty girl, and she's a realtor. Beautiful girl. She looks like Portia. But Scrap done popped out with her. Hold on. And I'm noticing a trend in Atlanta. And let me tell you what the trend is in Atlanta. The trend in Atlanta is to get you a successful woman. Also, the trend in Atlanta is if you are famous or hood famous and you look like you got money, but you really don't have it, you definitely got to go find you a woman in Atlanta who got it for real. Why you think Jock married Kendra? Why do you think, in my opinion, why do you think Jock married Kendra? Scrap trying to do him the same thing. It's like the niggas in Atlanta really marrying up. Don't let that part go over your head. And it's not all black men in Atlanta. They got some real successful black men out there. But there's a group of black men in Atlanta who are has-beens or who are trying to get on and faking the funk. And what they do is be sure to go and get them somebody who can level them up. You see what I'm saying? Jock did it with Kendra. Now it looks like Scrappy is taking the advice of his cousin and doing the same thing. But the gag is because they're trash at heart, they're not going to treat these women well. And these women are going to be so caught up with the fact that it's Jock or it's Scrap or it's this. They're going to be so scared to lose this bum to the next bitch that they're going to want to hold on to it. I know, I've been there. You be so scared somebody going to come get this bum with that good peen. You be wanting to break up with that nigga so bad you tired of that nigga. But every time you think about that bum ass nigga dropping that peen off to somebody else, you think twice. I know what it feels like. Trust me, I know what it feels like, Miss Seeley. I knows what it feels like, Miss Seeley. Sat back in that cell, damn near about right. I know what it feels like. So I ain't judging for sure. Well, I can judge because I'm out of that phase of my life. But you feel what I'm saying? I ain't judging. I just feel like, you know what I'm saying? That's what's going on in Atlanta. These bums is going to get some woman who got it already. Now, I don't know how well she does as a realtor. At least Jock's wife is an attorney, and don't she do like real estate law or something like that? At least Jock's girl is an attorney or whatever. But a realtor, girl, good luck. You know how many realtors in Atlanta? Girl, they got the same amount of realtors as residents. Okay, girl, please. Then I wanted to show y'all this. So speaking of realtor, y'all know my spidey sense is tingling, right? And y'all know I get to go into conspiracy theory. And let me show you why my conspiracy theory brain started tingling. Because shortly after I seen that, remember, Scrap is with the realtor, right? Shortly after I seen that, look what I seen. Y'all remember her? What was her name? From Love and Hip Hop, Kadia. Kadia Lewis from Love and Hip Hop. She was the one who was in there. Didn't she tie him up? Yeah, she tied Jock up. She was dating Jock. She was messing with Jock when he was still back and forth with Carly. And she tied him up, but she passed, y'all. She passed. All of this happened at the same time. I ain't gonna lie, my spidey senses is tingling. My spidey senses is tingling. Let's get into it. It says Kadia Lewis, widely recognized for her role on VH1 Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, has passed away as confirmed by her brother through a heartfelt social media post. Details surrounding her death remain limited. Kadia was also known as KD, was a multifaceted entrepreneur and businesswoman. She owned and operated 3 businesses, a real estate investment firm, a financial service company, and a consultant agency. She first appeared in season 3 as Young Jock's real estate agent and assistant, later became a supporting cast member in season 4 as his girlfriend. Let's continue to keep her family in our prayers. So she was a real estate agent, because remember, she was the one showed Jock and Carly the house that they were looking at, but it turns out she was sleeping with Jock. So she was a realtor, and this could be coincidence, but y'all know how I feel about coincidence, but it could be coincidence, but she was a realtor. Unfortunately, she passed so young. I don't know what happened, but she passed so young and she's not here no more. I just found it odd that comes out and then this comes out. Oh, you know what I'm saying? At the same time, but my prayers and my heart felt condolences go out to her family. But yeah, I just wanted to show y'all that KD done passed, y'all. Allegedly they saying she had cancer. Wow, it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. You know how many black women popping up with cancer, girl? That's a whole nother life for a whole nother day. All right, let's get into the show. So I want to start with, who do I want to start with? Oh. Why did I share this? What is this? I don't feel like doing this today. I don't. I not today, Satan. Not today. Before we get to Diddy. So y'all remember Kim Zolciak Bierman, right? From Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, you know they got a show with the kids. So it's Kim daughter, it's Riley Candy daughter, it's Gia. Is that her name? Gia from Real Housewives of New Jersey. What's her name with the crazy hairline? Her daughter. It's a bunch of the old housewives' children, right? Now, Kim's daughter is dating the heir or the next in line for the people who own Zaxby's. Coin. Munions. I didn't know that. He a weird looking fella, but that nigga next in line to own Zaxby's. So with that being said, girl, put the blinders on me and let me fall in love. You feel what I'm saying? See, I'm not like y'all. Teresa, that's her name. See, I'm not like y'all. I don't care what a nigga look like. Girl, that's the last thing. When it comes to looks, I have my non-negotiables. Teeth, hygiene, those are my non-negotiables. Everything else, we could discuss it. The nigga look weird, but he got a coin on the way. Now, Ariana had got on here and told us that Kim had stole all her money. Now, remember, Kim had a bad gambling problem. It took for Croy to come out on Mad Day and tell us that. But now she's on this show talking to her boyfriend, telling her boyfriend that her mom and them stole all her money. Millions of dollars. Check it out.
Look at my $800 Christian Louboutin heels. Are you kidding me? It's not even a red bottom. It's a half red bottom.
I have been on TV since I was 5 years old. I did reality television with my family.
So cute. Croy painting her nails. Let me see.
First coat.
And then I started posting on Instagram. I got my first brand deal when I was 14. I was doing like 3 posts a week. You get paid astronomical to do a story or to do.
So wait, pause. I didn't know that she got brand deals as a kid, but it makes sense. A lot of these celebrities be getting brand deals for their kids. Now, this is a problem. This is a problem because the parents typically have just cause, or they have say so over the money. Okay.
Do an Instagram post, and I made quite a bit of money.
That's why I sold the cork. They look like a real wine enthusiast.
We know good wines. Thank you, Mom.
But unfortunately, my parents took my money.
Did I see my mom drinking a $200 bottle of wine on her story the other day? I did.
And she almost brags to us that she's like, oh yeah, I'm drinking the same bottle of wine right now. We're like, why are you doing that?
Can't say exactly what they used it on because I just found out that it was gone 2 years ago.
Do you have any idea roughly how much money?
I don't even know how much money I made over the time period. Nobody was honest. There was no transparency. And I have no idea where it actually went.
I wish I would.
So she got her first brand deal at 14. Now she's probably over 18. All that money gone. All that money gone. Let that sink in.
Have been kept in the light about it because I feel like
And heavy on, she got her first. That means there were more. She got her first brand deal at 14.
grown enough to know the truth, to know there is nothing left. Our house is about to be gone instead of the lying. I get it, because the lying is why I moved out.
The thing that we do honestly struggle with sometimes is when my mom does call me and ask me for money now.
That's where I get upset.
Didn't Croy say Kim was broke? Now she calling the daughter asking for money?
I just sent you something.
Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out. I mean, you can pay me back whenever. I'm not worried about it.
And you have to tell her, like, no, I can't send you money this month. Like, you've already taken everything I have.
Sometimes I don't tell Hudson when she's asking me to send her something because she's going through this crazy divorce and the mother to 4 kids. I get it. And I never want money to destroy a relationship with my family, ever.
You're still taking the money that you're making right now and giving it to him.
At the same time, though, it's like, what are you expecting to do, Hudson?
She says
he's not working.
Every single time she says money for the kids. Are you sure that it's money for the kids? How do you exactly know where that money is that you're selling to her? It's pure cash. She can do whatever she wants with it.
It's just really not your business.
It's not my business. It's our business now. Because the position that they've put you in, it is our business. And you can't even say that it isn't.
Did you say no?
I wish you would sometimes.
Ooh, he a man. He a man. That kind of turned me on. I ain't never been turned on by a clear with curly hair. That kind of turned me on, girl. Ooh, I got a little slight tingle. Oh, and he got money, girl. Girl, the tingle I would have felt on that other side of that table. Girl, they would have had to call somebody in with a mop. Do you hear me? My boy said, oh, it is my business. It's our business. We together. What you mean? I love me a man. Oh, something about a man. I just love, that's why I get so frustrated with bitch ass niggas. I loves a man. Okay? That nigga looked at her and said, what you mean? It's our business. Meaning, bitch, whatever shit you got going on, if it affects you, it affects me too. And it ain't like he ain't got no money. He got more money than her. And telling her you need to stop giving her money every time she call you. And he's absolutely right. Let me say this too when it comes to this whole Kim and this stuff with these parents. Children don't owe any parent anything ever, nowhere, for nothing. And let me tell you why. When you decide to lay your hot ass down and open your legs and let that boy skeet off in you, you now have accepted whatever responsibility or whatever comes out of there that you allowed him to put in there. Okay? So now let's say you have kids and one of your kids become famous. I think that it's selfish, disgusting, egregious, and horrible that parents take from their children because they making more money. That them kids don't owe you nothing. They don't. Granted, I feel like I understand the sentiment of me as the parent. If I need, I should be able to go and get. That's not what I'm talking about. I think what I'm talking about is there are parents who literally steal everything from their children. And you would think that the government would have put some type of fail-safe plan in, and maybe they have, and I just haven't caught on. But there are so many parents who spend all that money, even little Shirley mama. You think little Shirley probably gonna, I don't know, because I don't know how this lady is. Who knows? And maybe she'll hear this and hear what I'm saying and take this advice. But if Miss Shirley's mother doesn't put money away or put a trust fund or some sort of investment for Shirley, do you think Shirley is going to see that money when she turned 18? Hell no. It happened to Webster. It happened to what you talking about, Willis? It happens to all Ty Bridges, all of these child stars. And for Kim to be this broke, and mind you, she has a gambling habit. It took Croy on Mad Day that night. She called the police on him. Croy says she wants to spend every dollar she have in the casino. And if anybody has ever been around anybody who has an addiction for gambling, you know that being around a person addicted to gambling is no different, literally no different from being around somebody who addicted to crack. They will pop you upside the head for that coin. They will do whatever it is to get that money to head down to the casino. This ain't what I think. This is what I know. A gambling habit is just as bad as a crack habit, a heroin habit, and so on and so forth. Kim has a bad, according to Croy, Kim has a horrible gambling habit. Horrible. And this is probably why she done ran through all that girl money. She probably so glad she done hopped on this air right here so that at least she could marry into some money. And if I need something further in the future, I can call her. And then poor kids, they be left to feeling like, well, that is my mama. My mama, that is my mama still. Like he telling her, hey, you need to cut her off. Well, what do you expect me to do? That's my mama. And I get it. And I don't think that nobody's wrong for still doing for their parents. However, I just think that we got to get out of this mentality that our children owe us something. Our children don't owe us shit. It don't matter what you did for your child. The moment you lay down and open your legs and allow that man to skeet off in you, you have then become responsible and accountable for whatever comes out for the rest of your natural life. Your children don't owe you nothing. I don't know. I could be wrong. Some parents feel like that. But some parents are just not good people. Let's just say that. Some parents are not good people. Let's move on. So now I want to get into DDG and this Halle situation. So apparently, DDG and Halle is getting into it. No, one more thing. I got to talk about this. And this is a problem. So this TS actress had a dinner or a meet and greet or whatever with Michael B. Jordan and left this message talking about it felt like a date to me and I want to do it again and all type of flirtations, all type of inappropriate stuff writing about Michael B. Jordan. Let's get into it. I didn't like this. It says Angelica Ross was in a playful mood when Angelica Ross, I should have knew who it was. I didn't even read the name. When she shared a throwback photo with Michael B. Jordan, it says reminiscing on what she called their first date, even though he had no idea it was a first date. Okay. So this is what she said. Flashback to our first date at Michael B. Jordan. We talked about misogyny and intolerance of the LGBTQ folks in the Black community. To be clear, you had no idea it was a date, but I was in La La Land with you. I got in the van and to leave and started to gush with the girls and realized one of the girls was your sister, so I kept it cute. But we'll never forget what a gentleman you were. Can we go back? This is very inappropriate, and let me tell you why. Because if that man is not into that type of stuff, you coming out here putting that out there about that man will put a name on him or a jacket on him that does not belong to him. But this is the problem that I be having, because Angelica Ross has been very, or at least if this is the one I can remember, had been very vocal about trans rights, the cis word and all of this and all of that. But y'all continue to be habitual fucking line steppers and step on lines and do stuff like this. At the end of the day, the average celebrity quote unquote straight man don't want to see no message like this from a TS. Unless it's a mutual situation. This was wrong. But if Michael B. Jordan come out here and be like, I ain't on that gay shit, then whole LGBTQ community gonna want to jump out and be like, oh, he being homophobic. No. What I don't understand is, and this is not just in the alphabet community, this in the black community too. When we gonna start checking each other? Are we never gonna start checking each other? Now, Michael B. Jordan sat down and did a lunch or dinner or whatever it was with this person, with Angelica Ross, right? What if after this, Michael B. Jordan be like, that's a wrap. I ain't doing no more nothing with nobody else from the community. But he'll be wrong though, right? He'll be wrong. He'll be wrong if he says, see, this is why I didn't want to do it. But okay, you done came out here, showed your booty boot. I'm done. No more. We can't have it both ways, y'all. You can't have it both ways. Now, you on here on the internet gushing about this man who presents as a straight black man. You know his main audience is straight, heterosexual black women. You know who his main audience is. So you knew when you got on here and said that, you knew it was going to get the heterosexual black women to get to saying something and feeling like, oh, who woot the woot the woot. You knew what you were doing. Right, that's a group chat type of combo. Thank you. That's definitely a group chat. That's something you text your homegirl like, bitch, girl, I just left a date with Michael B. Jordan, girl. I mean, it wasn't a date to him, but it was a date to me. That's a conversation you call on the phone with your homegirl and be like, bitch, you will never guess who I just came from. You see what I'm saying? This is not normally how this works. But again, they like to, not all of them. Let's be clear. This is not everybody in the community, and it's not all TSs. But there's a group of TSs that like to be habitual line steppers, but then be ranting and raving and acting a fool and screaming to the top of their lungs about how they deserve this and how they deserve that, and respect and respect and respect in the community, in the community, in the community. And this is why some people, not all, because I take y'all seriously, but this is why some people don't take y'all seriously. This was in poor taste, and it's bad. Do y'all think he knew he was a TS? Yes. You seen Angelica Ross? Let's just say Angelica Ross is cute, but Angelica Ross ain't top tier of the girls. You damn right he knew it was a TS. But then again, speaking of knowing if it was a TS, stand by. Stand by, because apparently that's not the case in 2025. TD, thank you again for the super chat. Over here laughing and crying at the same time. I love you, Vu. I love you more, TD. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. But speaking of this TS saga, let's get to TS Madison and Nene leaks, because I want to discuss that. So TS Madison, her and Craig does this show on YouTube called PHAG Talk. Out of respect for the community, I won't say the word, okay? Even though I understand how she, you know, how they spelled it to make it different. But out of respect for the community, I won't say the word, okay? All right. So, hey, King. So T.S. Madison and Craig must have done a show. I don't watch them, but they must have done a show. And in the show, they were talking about people, and Nene Leakes' name came up. Now, in said show, T.S. Madison said that Nene Leakes gave tranny. Now, T.S. Madison later goes on Nene Leakes' show, and Nene Leakes questioned her about, girl, what does that even mean that you say I was given tranny? And then T.S. Madison is flipping it, trying to say that that's a good thing. Let's get into it, because all of this is connected. You'll see. Let's get into it.
On Fag Talk, we were talking about, you know, how beautiful you are and how you've gotten
Yeah, you called me a tranny.
I did. I said trainee. There's a difference.
What's a trainee?
Well, I'm a trainee.
Okay.
You know, so I said you were giving trainee. When you give trainee,
why is a black woman being educated about the way a woman looks or should look or should not look or just looks, period, from a TS? Do you understand what's happening here? There's a TS talking to a natural born black woman about the way a woman looks. Inadvertently or automatically, what you're listening and watching is a full-on black woman getting schooled on the looks of how a black woman looks from a man. This is where we are. And this is why I went right into this, because somebody asked, did he know Angelica Ross was a TS? And it goes back to what I told y'all a long time ago. Nowadays, the women are looking like the TSs. It went from the TSs trying to emulate the women to now it seems like, not all, but it seems like there's a group of women that like to emulate the TSs, and we all be confused. So when T.S. Madison on the show with Craig said that Nene was giving tranny, she was not giving a compliment. I promise you. I know what she gonna say. Because from a woman's point of view, giving tranny ain't never been a compliment. As a woman, anybody who tells me I give tranny will never be a compliment. Not now, not yesterday, not day before yesterday, not 10 years ago, not 100 years ago, not 10 years in the future, not tomorrow, not next month. No, that is never a compliment. And it's no shade. It's just not. We're not supposed to look like men emulating women. That's not the look we supposedly supposed to go for. My bad. Let me let T.S. finish, because she's about to tell her that this was a compliment.
You giving it. Okay.
You're giving it.
Okay, put me up on game.
I'm talking about trainees. Bitch, I'm talking about a girl that's going to stay, because you know
put me up on game.
You know the trainees. The trainees that are turning. These girls are standing in the heel. They're standing in the lash.
But I didn't even care. I don't really care.
But we were not,
because people be caring when other
Nene,
people
this
don't
is the thing.
care.
I wanted to make sure I talked about this with you.
We
were not calling you a man.
Right.
Because you are all woman.
Right.
You're Amazon woman.
Yeah.
So we were not calling you a man. We were saying how beat you are.
Yeah.
We were saying this beat.
Right.
That bitch is in her lash. She's in her shoe.
Right.
That bitch is in her hair.
Yeah, so she been in her lash and shoe. I'm gonna use that from now. Be in my lash and be in my shoe. I'm gonna be from now on using that. I'm in my lash and I'm in my
lash.
shoe.
She's in her shoe.
Yes.
She's sitting up under that mug.
Thank you. I'm in my wig.
She's up under that hat.
In my lash and in my shoe.
We were on Fag Talk and we were talking about, how beautiful.
This is Cap. And let me tell you why. Because the lines are blurring right now. And when I say the lines are blurring, I mean the line from a tranny or a TS and a woman, they starting to look the same. Let's really be clear. The TSs are updating and upgrading and stepping up their game. And it seems like the women are regressing. I'm going to be honest. When Cardi B be on here with all that makeup, she look like a damn TS. She look up, it's cute, but it's too cute. Does that make sense? It's almost like, you know what it reminds me of? Y'all ever went inside or seen a room that was so nice, but it had too much stuff in it to where it looks cluttered? Like it's just too much. It looked like something threw up in there. Like for instance, you go into this party and it's a Candyland theme and it's Candyland everywhere. Candyland. It's too much Candyland. It's so much you feel like Candyland must have threw up in here. That's what a TS. So that's typically what a TS looks like versus a woman. So for you to say that Nene looks like a TS or gives tranny, you're not saying that she looks good. What you're saying is and let me back it up. Maybe TS is saying you look good like the TSs that dress up. I'll give TS that. Maybe TS Madison is saying, yo, what we saying is for the girls, You up there with them. But the problem is, and this is just to black women, since when has the goalpost been moved to our goals being to emulate and look like a TS? That's where we going. Now it's going to be a compliment to say you look like a tranny. I ain't buying it. You can have it, not me. First of all, I've never been mistaken for a tranny. I don't know. Maybe it's, I don't know. I've never in my life been mistaken for a tranny. But that don't go like that. So now, black women, your new compliment is you look like a tranny. That means you're giving hair, you're giving nails, you're in your bag, you're in your wig, you're in your hair. So now we looking like trannies now, and now we just want to look like trannies. T.S. Madison, and this is why we're different. Because even though T.S. Madison presents as a woman, her brain always go back to man. Because no woman, and Nene, you fake as fuck for sitting on here letting him, and also too, back it up. Nene, it makes sense that you would take advice from a TS. You've been hanging around the gays all your life, picking up your whole lingo and everything you got. So it looks to me like Nene been taking most of her advice from the gays and the TSs for a long time. So this is par for the course for Nene. But I'm just talking to you, for me, in my opinion. In my opinion, we're not doing this. There's no such thing as you giving tranny means you giving cute. That means you, no. Not even the trannies want to give tranny. Why in the hell are we now putting this on black women to give tranny? The tranny don't even want to give tranny. Go up to a TS and tell them they give tranny and see what they say. So now it's the black women who supposed to be giving tranny now? Not gonna happen. I rebuke that. I refuse it. Like the word sis, we not adding tranny to it. I don't care what this internet say. I don't care what Instagram say. I don't care what TS and Craig over there doing. I don't care what Nene over there talking about. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. We will never blur that line. We're not doing it. So if Nene want to take it as a compliment to be called a tranny, and any other woman want to take it as a compliment to be called a tranny, please make that a personal choice. But do not listen to me and listen to me good. I bet not see a black woman fix your nasty lips to turn to another black woman and try to check her, confront her, or at least have a conversation with her about why she wouldn't accept tranny as a compliment. And I would urge that other black women, if you don't accept that, it's not even up for discussion, bitch. You want to be called a tranny? You be called a tranny. I'm not doing it. Girl, this was a bunch of bull. And let this be a lesson to black women. And the black women like Nene, who want to use the gays and use them as accessories and steal all their lingo. Look, she was already stealing one. Oh, I'm in my hair. She's going to be saying that next. I'm in my hair. I'm in my hair. I'm in my nails. I'm in my shoes. That's coming up next. They've been teaching her her whole career. They've been teaching Nene her entire career. You do that, Nene. And I think the education should have been in this moment. I accept it. I appreciate it. I don't know if other women will, but I know for me, I accept it. And this is another thing too. And I'm going to tell you like this, and I'm moving on. There will never be a fucking day. Listen to me, get me up here. There will never be a fucking day. Okay? And I ain't got to knock on wood. There will never be a fucking day. Okay? Where a naturally born heterosexual, it don't matter her sexuality, but a natural born woman gets her advice, her standard of beauty, or even her identity or identifiers from a man. We not doing that. Black women, y'all been playing too much. I get it. I ain't got no issues with it. But y'all they inching. They inching. They inching. All that got to do right now, only thing that has to happen, you giving tranny that whole, that's a compliment. All it has to do right now is go viral on TikTok. Once it goes viral on TikTok, everybody on 99% of the people on TikTok are following sheep. They're gonna do whatever the trends say. I'm gonna be honest. I'll say 95% of the people on TikTok are following sheep. So whatever the trend is, they're going to go with the move. So all it takes is for something like that to go viral on TikTok, and then boom, there it go. We're not doing that. Let's move on. Let's move on. Now let's get to let's get to DDG right quick. So DDG and Halle is beefing. Apparently, y'all remember when Halle Bailey had went to the courthouse. So apparently she went to the courthouse and filed for custody. And she filed for temporary custody until they can get a court date. And DDG was on here crying, acting a fool, whoop-de-whoop. All types of stuff done took place. So far, DDG done put up pictures, and we'll look at them from when Halle done cut him with a knife and all of this stuff and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. And let me say this, I'm disappointed, and let me tell you why. The reason I'm disappointed is because when it was when everybody was saying DDG did this, DDG did that, 99% of the shade room and the neighborhood talk, which is not the most intelligent people, but 99% of those folks were on his ass. When they were able to point out actual proof of what Halle did, next thing we hear is, well, she was going through postpartum. Let's move on. So, okay. It says, last month we broke the news that Halle Bailey filed for a restraining order against DDG after accusing him of abuse. A judge ruled that she could take their son Halo with her out of town or out of the country while she films a new movie. However, DDG has filed documents to prevent that from happening. According to documents obtained by TMZ. DDG filed an emergency motion to stop Halle from taking their son Halo out of the country. He claims she's an imminent emotional and psychological risk to their son. The motion was filed on Wednesday as Halle is scheduled to head out of the country to Italy and on Saturday. DDG claims she is not mentally healthy to care for herself and their child. He listed examples of alleged conduct, including claiming that while she was pregnant, she took his GUN and left the house without telling him where she was headed. He says he found her outside holding the weapon. Another alleged incident he described, including her reportedly trying to have an AB behind his back before changing her mind. He also claims that the 2 months after their son was born, she sent a series of alarming text messages threatening to unalive herself and suggest that their infant son, Halo, might also be harmed. Okay, this is deep. This is deep. He's telling the judge, the girl is mentally not here. She's literally on here sending me text messages saying she gonna jump off the bridge and she taking my son with her. Okay. Then it says, in Halle's filing, in one of the incidents where she accused him of abuse, she alleged he slammed her face into a steering wheel and chipped her tooth. DDG gave his version of the story and claimed she became agitated and began hitting him while in the back seat. This caused her to move forward, causing her to come in contact with the steering wheel. DDG also attached an image of a deep cut on his finger, alleging he was the one abused by Halle. Aside from trying to stop Halle from leaving the country with their son, DDG is also seeking sole legal and physical custody. If he is not given sole custody, he wants custodial exchange to include a third party. All right. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe DDG. Put a 2 in the chat if you think it's cap. I'm trying to see something. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe DDG. Put a 2 in the chat if you think it's cap. We about split. We about split. All right. So DDG done went and filed a police report. Filed for custody, citing that she's dealing with mental health issues. Right now, I'm thinking she is still in the window of postpartum depression. She is still in the window of take the fight off the table. Take the fight off the table. Let's battle this one by one. She is still and was in the window at the time of the alleged situations. She was in the window of postpartum depression. Now, me even mentioning this is giving her an out. Because at the end of the day, like I said, y'all want to put everything on mental health. But he on here saying that she threatened to jump off the bridge and even harming the son. But I forgot. Most people care about the celebrity. They don't really care about, you know what I'm saying, all that other stuff. Let me show y'all the pictures that he put up. And let's really be clear about this. Hold on. Let me show y'all the pictures he put up. I got them pictures. Hold on right quick. Because I have those photos I want to show y'all. So he put up some photos showing where she cut him. Now, when she put up the chip tooth or whenever, I don't know if she put it up, but when the chip tooth thing happened, everybody was like, OMG, this is so bad. Wooty, wooty, whoop. Now, he's got his own receipts, and this is what he had to show. It says more information regarding DDG's fight for physical custody has been released. Court documents filed by DDG's lawyer show alleged abuse at the hands of Halle Bailey and text messages between the two where the singer states she has a GUN and a knife. Now, he had to present this to the court. See, or he's going to have to present it to the court if they went in front of a judge. So he posts up photos of the cuts. There's a cut here. Looks like there's a cut there. Too many tattoos to see what the cut is over here. Here are the texts. Haley, I just thought we'd do what I wanted to do since it's Mother's Day. But if you really want to go, you can. I'll just go home and pack. Haley, then there's a black message. Oh, that's her number, blocked. Then it says hello. And then he says, if you don't come back here, Daryl's phone. If you don't come back here, I'm going to call the police. I don't want you to do something stupid. I'm going to give you 5 minutes. You have a son. I know you took my GUN. That GUN has no safety. So it looks like she was texting him, and when he didn't respond, she reacted. Let's move on. Then he goes on to say, put it down. That's not nothing to play with. Then he sent a picture of Halo. He says, you're going to have him go through life without a mom? I have to call the police. I can't let this happen. Haley responds, I tried calling. It's just weird. You wasn't thinking to check and if we made it safely. This is my point. After a day like yesterday and the things you said to me, you are just not capable of showing me any affection or love. I call and you send me the voicemail like I'm disturbing you, like I'm just a fly that's in your way. It says and then it cuts off. Maybe the next slide has it. And then there was an attachment sent. And then she says, answer the effing phone. Answer the effing phone. Now that's in all caps. Then she says, I'm going to try one more time. If you don't answer, it's over forever. I'm not playing, Daryl. Then she says, that's it. Now, mind you, these text messages, Halle is fucking crazy, bitch. Halle is fucking crazy. Bitch, she sent the first text at 6:49, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 text messages, all at 6:49. Then the bitch had the nerve to say at the end, okay, that's it. What? You didn't even give me a chance to pick up the phone, bitch. I left my phone on the counter. I didn't even get a chance to go get it. What? Wait. Don't let this part go over your head. Halle sent 7 text messages all within 60 seconds. 60 seconds. Wait. Do you understand how fast you got to be typing? So that means when the first text went through, it probably just hit 6:49. And she had 60 seconds and Halle was just a thumbing down. Do you hear me? 7 messages in 60 seconds. And then the bitch had the nerve to say, all right, that's it. Wait, what? Wait, let me get my keys. I ain't even put my clothes on. Girl, let me comb my hair and brush my teeth. Wait, what? Girl, Halle is crazy. Halle crazy. The 7 text messages in 60 seconds is crazy. Now, don't get me wrong. I done sent some text messages. I might send 7 in about 3 minutes, but not 60 seconds. So then he goes, I just want to be left alone, please. She says, I'm calling for help. I have a knife. Now, she said she had the knife. I'm calling for help, but why don't care, do you? I guess she meant, why don't you care? And then she says, okay. Now, those 2 messages happened at 7:08. He said, have a knife for what? Now, what is this? Hello Kitty? A collar? The air tag. Oh, yeah. I forgot. We're going to get into that too. He said her and her mama had put air tags on him too. I never knew what an air tag was. Is this it? Well, whatever. She put an air tag in the baby bag, in the baby diaper bag. She put an air tag in the baby diaper bag, bitch. She trying to see where you going. She won't see who you going by. I ain't gonna lie, I would judge, but I ain't never put no air tag on nobody. I don't even know what it is, but I done followed. Yeah, I have. Yeah, I done got in the car and be like, let me see what this nigga doing. Fuck that. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all know how it be. You done got so mad, like, man, let me go see where this nigga at. Let me go get this nigga. You feel what I'm saying? Let's see who he over there. See who all over there. You feel what I'm saying? All right, so then I want to get to the air tags because that's a whole other thing within itself as well. So DDG also says that her and her mama have been putting air tags on him. Let's get into it. It says the ongoing custody battle between DDG and Halle Bailey is bringing family into the feud. Service documents show that his mother, Tanya Granberry, reportedly spoke about Bailey's behavior toward the streamer. Now her comments are sparking more conversation about what's going on behind the scenes. Tanya Granberry has added another layer to the situation, seemingly filled with serious claims, emotional tensions, and legal drama. According to court documents, DDG submitted images showing that Halle allegedly used multiple hidden air tags to track his movements. Ooh. Girl, put a 1 in the chat if you believe DDG. Put a 2 in the chat if it's cap. I'm just trying to see something. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe DDG. Put a 2 in the chat if it's cap. I mean, he did put the receipts up, but neither here nor there. So far, Halle threatening to jump off the bridge. She taking blickies and knives with her. She don't know if she's going to jump off the bridge or use it. On top of that, she's sending 7 and 8 text messages within 60 seconds. Then on top of that, the bitch on here talking about bet. I'm about to roll it out. I'm about to roll you out. You feel what I'm saying? Then DDG say, I just want to be left alone. You know somebody crazy. You know somebody crazy where they just rather be single. That's what it's given to me. I'm sorry. And she putting air tags on him. Listen, Halle crazy. Halle is freaking crazy. She's a girl. She's a woman. We've all been there. We've all been there. She's a woman in love with a man. But let's really be clear about this. Let's really, really, really be clear about this. Halle ain't no cleaner than DDG. And DDG ain't no cleaner than Halle. You know what it's given to me? Both of them bad and messed up and jacked up. Okay? And that's why they found each other. You feel what I'm saying? It's given that they both jacked up. But I think that it is very dangerous for you to only believe her and not believe him. He got the receipts up there, bro. And for people to be like, oh, we don't think that he really care about the baby. He's filing for custody. Are y'all okay? See, what I'm starting to find out is there are people who's not used to having men in their lives or men around their kids. And those are the people who are looking at this as something that is, you know what I mean? Like, oh, he don't care about that baby. He don't want that baby. He don't care about that baby. How? The nigga be online talking about how he want the baby. He went down to the courthouse and filed the paperwork, but he don't want the baby. He don't care about the baby. I never believed that from the jump. That boy light up when he in front of his son. He do. He may be trash to her, but from what I've seen online, he lights up when he's with his son. Can we normalize whenever a father wants to be in the lives of their children, unless there's a danger that we allow that to happen? Can we normalize that again? Can we get back, if we were ever there, but can we get back to a time or get to a time where if you have a baby with a man, let's say I hate you, but you want to be a part of the child's life and you want to do for the child or you whatever, I allow that to happen because it's not about me and how I feel. It's really about what's best for the child. I would love for us to get there. I would love for us to get there. I would love for us to get there. So anyway, he filed for the custody, showed all them receipts, but to no avail. His request was denied. Yes, even with the receipts, the request was denied. Now, what does that tell you? Even with the receipts, the man put up text messages, photos, blickies, air tags, all types of stuff. And even with the receipts, he was denied. What does that tell you? This is a real question. What does that tell you? I know what it tells me.
You want to know how I feel? I'll tell you exactly how I feel. I got some names that I want to call. Alex Spiro, Desiree Perez, and the whole wicked system of Rock Nation, including you, Jay-Z. Yes. You who say you rose from the gutter, but you have traded and bartered the souls of young men, and you're still doing it. Amen. The only independent witness in this courtroom is a man.
It's giving Rock Nation. Because even with them receipts, I ain't gonna lie. And this don't happen on a regular level for the most part, but even with them receipts, he should have been granted the temporary custody until they went to court. Because just like she came in with her chip tooth, with her one receipt, showing that he was dangerous. He showed a plethora of receipts. So the fact that he was denied is given, I got the people in my pocket. You see what I'm saying? This is messed up. Let's get into it. Halle Bailey will retain custody of her son Halo for now after a judge denied DDG's last-minute request for immediate relief. According to court docs, DDG waited until June 4 to try to block Haley's travel and request new custody orders, despite ignoring her previous efforts to arrange monitored visits since the TRO was filed on May 13th. The judge upheld Haley's original restraining order and extended it, setting the next hearing for 24 June. Halle keeps custody of Halo until the next hearing. Can I say this too? She filed a motion for custody. She got it. And she was mad that he was bringing the baby to different streams. But she bringing the baby to different countries. This is my question. Or not even my question. This is how I feel about it. That baby is just as much DDG's as it is Haley's. See, I get it. Mama's babies, daddy's maybes. But when you got a father that stepped up and want to be in a child's life, it hit different. He should be able to take the baby on streams just like she should be able to take the baby out of town. I think that's one-sided too. So she get to take the baby to a whole nother country and he can't even get on stream with the baby? That ain't right now. Come on. That's his child too. That's his child now. Come on, man. Let's be fair. Take the people off the table. Let's really be fair. Let's say this is Jane Doe and John Doe. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is super wrong, y'all. This ain't right. So I don't know. Hopefully she's not crazy. Hopefully he's lying and she's not really crazy and Halo is not in any danger. But from the receipts I saw, he ain't told a lie yet. And you know, DJ Academics the one been pushing this too. You know what I'm saying? DJ Academics been pushing this too. And he's been the one pro DDG, you know, whatever. But listen, this is also a fact. What Halle Bailey knows is I am the Little Mermaid, bitch. Do you understand the type of pull that I have being the little fucking mermaid? Bitch, are you insane? Even if you show the proof, I'm the little fucking mermaid. Bitch, they not gonna believe you. Not the judge, not the fans, not family and friends. I am the little fucking mermaid, bitch. Put some respect on my name. That's what it's giving. You DDG, little cute little streamer, do your little yin yin. That's cute. But bitch, I'm the Little Mermaid. I ain't gonna lie. I wish I was the Little Mermaid, bitch. Soon as my old man come in here talking, bitch, I'm the Little Mermaid. Who the fuck you talking to? But listen, no. Listen, all jokes aside though, she's able to leverage her celebrity higher than his and get things to work out in her favor over him, even when she's in the wrong. At the very end of the day, I think that emergency custody filing, outside of the judge saying that he filed it too late, because I think if he filed it too late, then it is what it is. But they got a court date for the next couple weeks, June 22nd. There, he should bring out all his receipts and see what happens. But with the level of celebrity that Halle Bailey has, it's not going to look good for DDG. We'll see, though. We'll see. So I don't know. I believe DDG and I believe her. But I ain't gonna lie. I didn't believe he chipped her tooth on the steering wheel. I never believed that. And can I tell you why? The reason I'm saying that is because according to her, she was in the back seat buckling up the baby. She said, and then all of a sudden, he had them pushed her head into the steering wheel. And I kept thinking to myself, how the hell he get her head to the steering wheel if she was in the back seat buckling the baby in the car seat? She would have had to either come through the back seat to the front seat or get out of the back seat after she buckled him in and went over to the driver's side, and then they got into it, and then boom. You feel what I'm saying? But it didn't make, her story had too many holes. Oh yeah, we were arguing and I was afraid for Halo. So I was buckling him in the backseat, and then all of a sudden he just grabbed my face and hit the steering wheel and I chipped my tooth. What? How you get to the steering wheel? I'm just saying. So I never believed from the beginning, this is just me, I never believed from the beginning about the chipped tooth and how it happened. I ain't gonna say I don't believe the chipped tooth. I didn't believe that it happened from the steering wheel. Not the way the story came out to me. I just didn't believe it. But anyway, prayers up for DDG. Do not clog the prayer line up unless we're praying for Halo. Commercial break. Y'all get the likes up on the video, because see, that's y'all problem. Y'all don't like to like the video no way. And since y'all don't like the video, I feel like it's going to have to be forced, okay? And since y'all don't want to do right by me, I'm going to have to force y'all to do right by yourselves, okay? I'm going to play y'all a little commercial break, and this is going to force you guys to hit the like button. They said it was tried and true, so it should be good, okay? Yeah, hit the like button.
Love you too. Mom, freshly dipped though. Mom do know how to have a good time. She ain't sitting in the house playing, and outside moving and shaking, baby. She come with me to the strip club. I don't care. For real. It's my dog, you know, I want to live life. Be out here moving and grooving. My mom told me, she just said, keep moving, baby.
That's right.
Keep moving.
Don't stop.
She could touch the floor with her palms, you know? Flat. Oh! Love you too.
Who in the hell talks about their mama being able to touch the floor with the palms of her hands and her hollering flat too? Why are y'all having those types of conversations? But you know, I heard that she be at the freak offs, and they say she was the old original freak off. I don't know, but either way, this is a weird mother-son duo. It wouldn't surprise me if, let me not. Y'all, did y'all like the video? Like the video, like the video. Like the video. I'm not even gonna say it, but y'all know where I was going. It just wouldn't surprise me if things could have taken place prior. I'll just go with that. I'll just go with that. Let's get the track girl on here. So this young black girl won a track meet, and after the track meet, she did a celebration, which most athletes do. In said celebration, what she did was basically she just took a fire extinguisher, and I think the guy's name is Maurice. That's the guy who done it in the past with the Olympics, I guess. She took a fire extinguisher to her feet after she won her race. You know, like, oh, I'm on fire, my feet on fire, whatever. And then she was stripped of her title. And her daddy, who's also her coach, did this news conference because she's heard that she was stripped of her title from just simply a celebratory situation. Y'all check it out.
You know, I worked so hard for that title.
The greatest moment of 16-year-old Clara Adams' young career taken away from her because of a celebration. After winning the 400-meter event at the CIF State Championships with a time of 53.24 seconds, her dream of winning a state title went up in flames after celebrating using a fire extinguisher.
When she blew the fire extinguisher, the opponents were gone. That was our moment of celebration, and the CIF officials made that about them. The crowd went crazy. They loved it. The booth, CIF booth went crazy. They loved it. But those few guys in those jackets, they took offense to it, didn't like it, and they made a decision based on emotions.
The North Salinas High sophomore grabbed a fire extinguisher from her father and coach and extinguished off her spikes. The CIF deemed her celebration unsportsmanlike, stripping her of her title. It's a celebration made famous by American sprint icon Maurice Green, who enjoyed her paying homage to him and thinks she should get her state title back.
When I heard, like, because it happened and then people just started calling me, oh, this girl who just won the 400 redid your celebration. I was like, huh, what? If it was away from everyone and not really interfering with anybody, I would say reinstate her.
One clear infraction was Clara's father hopping the railing onto the track after the race, but says he only did that because of how CIF officials were treating his daughter.
There's a CIF rule saying you can't come over the wall, you can't be on the infield, which is a rule respected. But at this point, I explained before about being a coach and a father wearing the different hats. I saw an official grab my daughter by the arm. They were yelling in her face. When he grabbed her by the arm, I went over the wall at that point. I'm father now. I'm not coach anymore. I'm over the wall.
Now, the true fastest 400-meter runner in the state is back home without a medal. And even if the CIF is to reinstate her as the champion, she never got that moment of being crowned a champion.
Even if everything goes in my favor, in regards to like getting my title back, I'll still never get that moment back, like standing on the podium as a sophomore. I'll never get that back because they took it from me.
Clara was also disqualified from competing in the 200-meter race because of that celebration. And we did some research, analyzed 20 years of state championships, found 0 other times where someone was disqualified and stripped of a title for unsportsmanlike conduct. We reached out to the CIF, haven't heard anything back. We also put up a poll on our Instagram, Dan, asking our viewers if they believed she should have been banned for this or not. Over 1,000 votes and counting, 87% of people saying she shouldn't have been banned for this. And the support from the community has been overwhelming so far.
And she's an immense talent, and she's only a sophomore.
Yeah, she's going to come back stronger and better than ever. They better watch out for Clara Adams.
You bet. All right. Thank you very much, Jay.
You want to know why this happened? Hold on.
Clara was also
back
home without a medal. And even if the CIF is to reinstate her,
Clara ran against white girls and whooped their ass. First of all, they wasn't gonna win no way. So it was a lot of clear people in the audience. And for you to not only win, but to then use a fire extinguisher to put out your shoes, you too cocky. You done just beat all these lily white girls and you won't come to the end of the doggone thing and dust off your shoes. One of them girls on the team probably got a parent up there that's part of the decision. Girl, they took your title because you won and then you were good at winning. They don't like that. The Clears don't like when you are good at winning. They don't like when you good. They damn sure don't like when you good at winning. Oh, and mind you, this is also in California. Now, remember, we were talking about red states, about Louisiana and Texas and all that. And some people were like, "Ooh, I'm so glad I live in a blue state." Same shit, different toilet. Flush it. They racist. Listen, them Clears all over is racist. And not all Clears are racist. But y'all making it seem like being in a red or blue state makes a difference. It doesn't. Because you are around a bunch of people, Black Americans, Black people, period. If you are around Clears, there's a high likelihood or possibility or probability that them Clears don't give a fuck about you and probably don't like you, and it's probably racist. So being in a blue state or red state, none of that matters. The only difference between a California and Louisiana is in Louisiana, the white boy gonna come up to you and say, "What you doing, nigger?" In California, they're gonna say, "Oh my God, that's horrible," and then arrest you at the end. Either way, same results. Same results. Y'all think the Clears in California nice? Y'all think they care about you? Do you really believe the Clears that live amongst the blue states are different from the Clears in the red ones? Stop the cap. Stop it. Stop it. Same shit, different toilet. Flush it. Okay? And when Black people start to realize that, you're going to be further, I promise you. Okay? Them Clears is the same. I don't give a damn what color they own, what side of they vote. I don't care if they have blue or if it's blind. They all the same. And personally, I don't like my racism on the low. I like mine on the high, bitch. Yeah, so I could prepare myself accordingly. I'm not like y'all. Y'all like the clear people to smile in your face. Oh, hey, girl. Nasty black bitch. Hey, girl. How your kids? Oh, my God. Little pickaninnies. Can't stand those little pickaninnies. Oh my God. Little Quisha's hair. It's so pretty. Oh, my God. Her hair's so nappy. So disgusting. And they always smell like cocoa butter. Ew. Hi, little Jaquan. How'd you do in school? You know, her son's always suspended. I mean, you know, they say blacks, especially the boys, you know, they say blacks have a real problem, you know. But oh my God, Jaquan is doing so well. It's going to be so great. You know, Jaquan's father hadn't been around since she born him, you know. I don't know if you know that. Yeah, you know, most blacks don't have fathers. No. They never have fathers. They're typically raised by the moms, and typically the moms are, you know what I mean? But no, little Jaquan and little Quisha, they're so cute. I'm so glad you have them here. Oh my God, go in, play with Johnny. Dear God, I hope Jaquan doesn't talk to Johnny. Johnny's afraid of Jaquan. Like literally, I have to literally sit him down, calm him down, and say, listen, I know Jaquan's skin is dark. It's okay. But he's okay. That's the type of racism you dealing with under them blue states. That's the type of racism you're dealing with under the blue states. It ain't no different. You think the blue people, the left people, the what do you call them? You think the liberal clears care more about you than the red clears? What they call them? The conservative clears? Oh, girl. Oh, you really think the liberal clears care more about you than the conservative clears? And that's why we be jacked up the way we be jacked up. But let's really call a thing a thing. Let's really be honest here. These are the facts. These are the facts. I keep telling y'all this. I, for the longest, thought that the reason the clears are so intimidated by black success is because they're only afraid that we'll get success and then do them the same way that they did us. And that's only partially true. These are the facts. Unfortunately, you may not know this, and you should know this. And I want you to leave from here and go and do your research. But there was a point in time in black history in the 19th, 20th centuries where black people did very well. As a matter of fact, economically, they outpaced the clears by milestones. This is why they had to create the KKK. The reason why they don't like you niggas to be good and be good at being good is because it's too much reminder of when you were better. When you were better than them, and they had to put white hoods on and come through your neighborhoods and tear your shit up. The clears that are in power now have not been in power that long. Y'all don't get that part. And they are afraid that if they lose whatever it is, whatever power that they have now, they'll never get it back. So what you'll see is small microaggressions showing I'm not going to let you play with me. So whoever the clear was on this board that decided they were going to strip this young lady of the title, it was just a reminder. I'm in charge. They did the same thing with Deion Sanders' little boy. Same shit, different toilet. I'm in charge. Oh, he was supposed to go first round, put him down for the fourth. Because we need to put this buck back in his place. That's what this is about. That's what this is all about. This is why even in today's society, Black Americans still can, and a lot of us still do okay. Because we've never been the bums that the TV has showed us to be. And this is why they like to desegregate and keep things separately. Because remember, they want it separate, but they know ain't nobody coming to see a bunch of clears play no sport. Unless it's soccer. Other than soccer, ain't nobody listen to me good. Maybe swimming, but yeah, for the most part, unless it's soccer or swimming, ain't nobody by and large, the majority of people are not piling up to see a bunch of clears do nothing. Not even the clears want to see the clears. Not even the clears want to go see the clears. So they have to integrate, but in the integration, they also have to keep their foot on our necks and a reminder on our heads, bitch, don't get out of line. I run this. That's what this about. You beat all them lily white girls and you want to put fire extinguishers on your feet? Oh, and by the way, they time running out. So they trying to do whatever they can before they get up out of here. But the time is definitely running out. That's what this is about. Oh, and it doesn't help that you have an active black ass father. Now that makes it even worse. And he looked like he hood, but he really is a good father, or it seems to be a good father who's hands-on in his child's life. He's active. He helps her. 3 strikes. You know the clears can't. They hate to see a strong black man coming. Do you hear me? So that was really probably the straw to break the camel's back. And you got a strong black daddy? Hell no. Hell no. But don't worry about it, baby girl. You're going to get everything you deserve and everything you work for. Yeah, you probably missed your moment. But girl, you're a sophomore in high school. It's going to be bigger and better championships that you're going to get. And yeah, this might sting you a little bit, but I promise you, after you win more championships, let me get her on here. Let me get my baby girl on here. After you get to winning more championships, young Clara, girl, you're going to be them forgot. You'll laugh at this one. You'll laugh at this. You'll laugh at the day them clears was so mad that you beat them girls at that race that they took your title. I promise you. I promise you. You did what you needed to do. You won fair and square. She didn't violate any rules, or at least that I know of. You know what I mean? It was paying homage to another Olympian, who did really well. That's what black people do. You do know they only started allowing us to do sportsmanlike or stop the unsportsmanlike conduct rules in football within the last 20 years, especially in college within the last, 5 to 10? They wouldn't even let a nigga celebrate when the touchdown hit. So don't worry about it, baby girl. Listen, it's about and let me make this clear too to the Negroes in the chat. I get it. I don't want to live in the hood neither. I don't live in the hood. But the worst thing you could do is bring your black ass churn around a whole bunch of clears. Find a school or a system or a neighborhood that's kind of half and half. You feel what I'm saying? And I don't know if that's the school she go to. But when y'all be bringing your black ass kids to these clear schools, I know my child went to one. Y'all bring these black ass kids to these clear schools. Them people do them children a job. Them people do those children a job. And I know, because I damn near had to go up to the coach at my daughter's high school and straight up tell her the next time won't be the next time. Because the next time, this time is the last time. Play with my child again, and it's over. I've literally had to go down to the school, ask this clear woman to come out the gym. Come here. My child saying boom, 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 boom. Oh, well, no, Pause it. This is the last time. Do not, if my child ever come back home and saying you playing with her, I'm telling you now, it's over. Well, I don't understand. Bitch, you understand me real well, because guess what? I ain't had no problems out of her ever since. This is what they do when we send our black ass kids to them white ass schools. I get it. I don't want my child going to school in the hood too. I thought her going to those schools, and don't get me wrong, it wasn't all bad, but I thought going to all of those schools were going to be better for her. And honestly, out of Orleans Parish schools, they are better for her. However, I had to reprogram my daughter's mind by bucking her up to go to a HBCU in college so that she can get back in touch with her people. Oh, yeah. And she tell me to this day, I am so glad you talked me into going to an HBCU. Best decision I ever made. I had no experiences like this coming up in high school. Well, yeah, you around a bunch of clears. But I'm saying all that to say, it's some clear in the back, or a group of clears hating on this young girl because she's phenomenal. Don't worry about it, Fat. You got a lot more to come. Don't worry about it, Fat. Don't worry about it. Child, let's move on. Now let's get into the Diddy trial. Let's get into the Diddy trial. So the Diddy trial is underway. We're on week 3. This is the end of week 3, child. So we're on the end of week 3. And now, so they had the guy come in for the video camera or for the video witness. He's a video expert. And basically what he did was he came in and basically said that the video, although it looked sped up, it's literally only sped up because the way video works, and this is above my mental pay grade, but they say the way video works is it only takes time when there's motion happening, or at least that video, okay? So basically, it might be 30 seconds full of video, but by the time you download, upload, transfer, share, whatever, if there's no movement in any portion of time in said video, it'll compress the video to only give you when there's movement, if that makes sense, okay? So he testified that it seems like the defense was trying to basically put out there that it was altered in some way, which it was. And some people might not think it's that big of a deal, but like I said yesterday, it's different when you watching a sped up fight versus a real fight or a regular fight, and it's in real time, because different things can be cut out, especially when it's edited. But neither here nor there. I don't think that's the hill Diddy should die on, because when it comes to abuse, nigga, you are a monster. You are everything that they say you are when it pertains to abuse. Do not die on the hill of that video. But I get it. I get why they even going after the video, because that's what this whole case is contingent upon. The video. Everybody saying Cassie not on trial, but the entire RICO is contingent upon the stuff he did to Cassie. So yeah, no, Cassie's not on trial, but inadvertently she is. And I thought about this too. The prosecution is very intelligent, and let me tell you why. When Cassie got on that stand, the defense told her a new one. And the defense was able to show us that Cassie was with the shiz naives. Yeah, she was a victim-ish, but for the most part, Cassie was with it. That's what the defense showed. And the prosecution knew that. So instead of having Cassie come up last with her testimony like most people do, they decided to put her on first. And let me tell you why. Because number one, if you get her up here in the earlier parts of this 8-week trial, more than likely the audience and the jury is probably going to forget every detail that happened during her testimony. So get her on there first. Then after that, we're going to pile them. We're going to stack them with all of these other folks coming behind with these abuse cases that even Cassie hadn't mentioned. That's the insane part. The people who coming behind Cassie talking about events that Cassie didn't even talk about. You can't make this up. So they put Cassie on the stand. She did okay. She didn't do bad, but she didn't do good. Her with just Cassie, it might be a hung jury. I'm gonna be honest. With just Cassie's testimony, not Kid Cudi. If it was just, we only need one witness, get the victim up here. With just Cassie, it could possibly be a hung jury. Because what we know is Cassie was loving to be on the drugs. Cassie loved the lifestyle. Cassie loved being able to hang out with her friends. Cassie, at some points in time, loved the freak off. She had access to celebrities, red carpet. She's beautiful. You see what I'm saying? But I keep telling y'all, because even with the new girl banner, now this is supposed to be Cassie's friend, but we find out later in the testimony, she's really Cassie's drug dealer. Bitch, you pay your bills off the amount of drugs Cassie buy from you. But yet and still, she came on from the prosecution saying, oh, that's my friend, and I witnessed him do some things that were so horrible. And it took for the defense to come on here and say, wait a minute, don't you got immunity? Oh, yeah. red flag. Soon as a motherfucker say they got immunity, red flag. Okay? Don't you have immunity? Yeah. Doesn't the immunity only covers if you're truthful? Yeah. So are you going to tell the truth? Is it true that the prosecution will know when you're lying? Yes. Cool. Let's get right into it. Did you sell drugs to Cassie? We did drugs. Yes, we did drugs. How often would you do drugs? Turns out this bitch and Cassie would get together once a week and do drugs for hours and hours at a time. Bitches, high is the cost of living. Do you hear me? You know how much of an addict you gotta be to take a whole day to be like, bitch, it's 7 days in a week. It's 7. I need 1 out of them 7 just for me to get high. Do you know how bad you gotta be on drugs? According to Banner, she said Cassie, when she first came around, Cassie was like, do you get high? And she's like, well, sure. And they were literally every week, once a week. And I'm pretty sure with Banner was letting Cassie buy all the drugs. Because remember, Banner to connect. She ain't got no money. You feel what I'm saying? So Cassie was getting high with Banner, and it worked for Banner because, bitch, you paying me for the drugs and I'm smoking. What's up? Mind you, they doing cocaine, ketamine. What else he said they was doing? Cocoa Puffs. I ain't never heard I don't do drugs, so I don't know. I ain't never heard all this. Cocaine, ketamine, G, which I'm finding through the chat is GHB. I don't know. They say the ketamine make you feel like you drunk. My thing is, well, just drink. They asked her, what the ketamine make you feel like? She said, it makes me feel like I'm drunk and it makes me horny. Girl, have a shot. What the weed, the Cocoa Puff make you feel like? I guess up and down. The bitch said, you take the blunt, poke holes in them, drop little pockets of cocaine in the blunt, and it gives you ups and downs. I don't know. I don't do the drugs, so I don't know. Then the GHB, I don't know I forgot what she said the GHB does. But this is all the stuff that they say they were doing on their day that they would put aside to go get high. Now, if I could recall correctly, I don't know if it was Cassie or if it was somebody else who testified, but I thought that they said when Cassie was, I thought it was Cassie though. I thought she said that she was only able to get to the good drugs when she was with Diddy, and Diddy kept the good drugs away from her, and she was even stealing the drugs. I'm just recalling what I remember. I don't remember who said it, but from what I heard or I remember, they said that Cassie was like, oh, I can only do the good drugs with Diddy. When I'm with somebody else, one of my friends, we just do the soft stuff. So we might be out there smoking some weed, you know what I'm saying? A little yin yin. It ain't too much. This bitch over here doing ketamine with Banner. Her and Banner taking whole days to go get high. Just get high. And Banner was making a living off of supplying Cassie with the drugs. But that's your friend. Then she paranoid. Back up. Then she running around here talking about how they asked her if she ever seen Diddy be violent toward Cassie. She said, one girl, this shit sound like a damn kung fu movie. This shit sound like Mr. and Mrs. Jones. That bitch said, listen to me and listen to me good. She said one day, this was hilarious. I ain't gonna lie. That bitch said one day Diddy came through the door unexpectedly with a knife and just hummed it at Cassie. Boom. Bitch, whoever produced this movie gonna make a lot of money. Because from Kid Cudi saying Diddy was standing in the cut looking like a villain, a Marvel villain. Now he throwing knives. Then they say he picking bitches up by the titties. I'm still over here in my brain. I heard that yesterday, and in my mind, I'm still trying to figure, is that even possible? Like, this nigga was insanitary. This nigga was crazy. She said Diddy will come through that bitch with a knife, boom, hum that bitch. He could kill her, but it don't matter. They say, well, what did Cassie do? They said Cassie picked the knife up and hummed that bitch back at him. What? What? These niggas in here having a whole knife fight and you in there. You just in there. Do you know how dangerous that is? Wait. This bitch said Diddy bust through the door with the knife. Don't say nothing. No, hey, how y'all doing? You know, hey, what's up? Nothing. Just bust through the door. Kick. Bam. Boom. Cassie pick up the knife. Oh, you missed me, bitch. Bam. Boom. You feel what I'm saying? And you just sitting there watching the knives go by. Ooh. Ooh. Cassie, you good? Yeah, I'm fine. Okay. Ooh. So these bitches going back and forth throwing knives at each other and you just there. Girl. You, man, I feel like them people telling these people to say this stuff. This nigga walked through the door throwing butcher knives. So then they say, well, did you do anything? Did you call the police? No. Now, mind you, according to her, she didn't like Diddy because every time she talked to Cassie or seen Cassie, Cassie was always beat up. It took her a year to finally meet Diddy, and when she finally met Diddy, she ain't like the nigga, but still, you was getting high with the nigga. Man, watch out. Watch out. So you mean to tell me you didn't like Diddy and wouldn't meet him for an entire year because you couldn't believe the things that he was doing to your so-called friend? But then you flip around later on and you, the friend, and the nigga you don't like, all y'all niggas somewhere getting high together? Bitch, please.
It's survival. Survival. I guess somebody lied. Smells like somebody lied.
It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie. She lied.
Girl, bye. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. You couldn't stand that nigga, but it was different when it was time to do drugs, huh? So it takes you a year to meet him. Then she said one day she called Cassie on FaceTime. Cassie picked up the phone, showed her she was beat up, and just put the phone back down. She called Cassie on the FaceTime. Cassie already laid on the bed, did it and popped upside the head. Cassie picks up the phone, show her my face, and then hang it up. What did you do? Nothing. X, where the weed at? So look, let me say this. I don't know if the defense is catching on to this, but they smarter than me. If Cassie was able to throw a knife, if Diddy was able to walk through the door and throw a real knife at Cassie, and per instinct, Cassie picks that knife up and hum that bitch back, do you know what that tells me? Cassie ain't scared of no damn Diddy. Think about it. A woman who's afraid of a man is not going to do that. They're just not. Because that nigga might kill me. But Cassie was able to, by instinct, just pick the knife up and hum that bitch back. Girl, you wasn't scared of that nigga? Because what if it would have hit him? You was not scared of that nigga. You know how I knew she wasn't scared of that nigga? When she kept cheating on him. When she kept cheating on him, I knew right then and there she was not afraid of him. A bitch who's scared of a nigga is not about to go cheat on that nigga. Because you know one thing about a nigga who's possessive and crazy. If he even thought that you was doing something like that, bitch, it's over. I knew she wasn't scared of Diddy when she kept cheating on him. You know what it's giving to me? It's giving to me they was a toxic couple. She knew her role. She wanted more, but she knew her role for the most part. And yeah, she got beat up. And she got paid for that. But she got beat up. But for the most part, if he coming in through the door throwing knives and she picking it up and throw it back, bitch, both of them is crazy. It's not just Diddy. Both of them is crazy. And then we just go back to our regularly scheduled program like nothing happened. So this girl, Banna, while the prosecution has her on the stand, she's saying a lot of stuff as it pertains to Diddy and Cassie. And she's basically sitting up there like, oh, yeah, you know, he's a horrible person. Whoop-de-whoop. Oh, this is another thing she said. She used to do drugs, but as of June 2020, I don't know, 18 maybe. She said she quit. That was the last time she seen Cassie and Diddy together because Cassie and Diddy got some ketamine and some other drugs, some Cocoa Puffs, and they sat there and they sat around for days at a time and just got high as the cost of living. She said that it was on that day she realized she ain't never doing this again, and she got on up. Now, she's getting more interrogation done to her today. I can't wait to see what comes of that. But the defense about to tell her a new one. Because the facts of the matter, like I've been telling y'all every day, the facts of the matters are these. None of these people testifying are victims. They're all co-conspirators. Yes, even Cassie. None of these people testifying are victims. None of them. They're all co-conspirators. They just putting the title of victim on them so that you can receive them differently. But they're all co-conspirators. That's why they all got to come back and get immunity. And, oh, I need to file for my immunity. I can't say I don't want to incriminate myself. Incriminate yourself from doing what? If you was just an honest, like, innocent bystander on the side while all this shit going on, you don't need no immunity because I ain't did nothing. Yeah, I cooked for that nigga. I was cooking for that nigga for 30 years, but I ain't took place in shit. I don't need no immunity. I ain't do no drugs with these niggas. I ain't go to no parties with these niggas. Matter of fact, whenever the party will go down and when it get time for the freak off time to go, I wasn't there. Yeah. But when you got to get on here and ask for immunity, because at some point in time, y'all was doing this shit together. None of them are victims. They're all co-conspirators. But this nigga, you know what's weird about the knife throwing though? A part of me feels like it's impossible for a nigga like Diddy to walk through the door and throw a knife. Matter of fact, my conscience is telling me, girl, there's no way you believe that slowness. But something about reality of today is telling me he might have did walk through the door and he might have did just be like, you know what, fuck it, I'm about to go by Cassie house and just hum a knife at that bitch head. You know, because he a billionaire, he ain't got nothing else to do. He got buku money. It wouldn't surprise me if it's true. And he did get up one morning, the bitch don't want to answer the phone, bet. Oh, she not picking up that phone? Bet. I'm about to go knock on that whole door. And hum this machete at that whole head. Listen, now that's a possessive, crazy nigga. Oh, she don't want to pick up that phone? Bet. Whoever in there, they going to meet their maker. Oh, yeah, Nori, I forgot about the karate kicking. I forgot he's Bruce Leroy, too. Girl, these stories are crazy. These stories are crazy. I'm telling you. These stories are crazy. The fight scenes, I'm waiting for the movie just for the fight scenes. Just to see the violent part. I want somebody to produce this movie and reenact every single detail from every single testimony. Because to me, that's going to be the best parts to me. But the Banna girl, like I say, she's getting on today. I don't know how this is going to help the prosecution when the defense get done with her. Because remember, they ain't no pushover defense attorneys. They not no pushover defense attorneys. I don't think they handling it correctly. But girl, what I know? I don't know shit about the law, girl. All I know is how to not run a red light and stay in speed just enough over the speed limit to not get a ticket. What do I know? You know what I mean? But I don't know. Courtney said this is BDSM. I don't know, girl. Who gonna play Diddy? Child. Woody. Woody, the boy who played Bobby Brown. Yeah, get Woody. What's his name on here? I'm about to go find him. Ain't that his name, Woody? Y'all know who I'm talking about. I'm about to find him. I know who could play him. He'll do it good too. I know exactly who could play Diddy. And I think this bitch will be fire. This nigga right here. Which nigga, Boo? This nigga right here. He should be the only selection for Diddy. Do you see how much justice he did playing Bobby? Man, watch out. Somebody get Woody on the line. Do you hear me? Somebody, I think this dude right here, especially for the karate and the knife scene. Look, especially for the karate and the knife scene, I think it'll be lit. I don't know. I think Woody should do it. I think he gonna dress like him. He gonna get that persona going. I think he'll do it. I think he'll do a good job. But we'll see. Is I don't know, week 3 of the doggone trial. We got about 5 more weeks of this crap to go. Child, I gotta get off of here because I gotta go run to do some stuff, run some errands and stuff. And then I gotta finish the schoolwork. So shout out to everybody in the building. Let me see if I missed any super chats. Girl, y'all nephew got popped this morning. I went outside to run. This fool done did a number 2 on my carpet. Oh yeah, it did get popped. Unapologetically. Did get popped. Oh no, nigga, you got me messed up. My house too nice. You don't play like that. Nigga, I'm a black mama. The fuck? Sure did. Pure Joy, thank you for the super chat. Says, Boo, she has fooled the masses with her sweet demeanor. Go look at some of the lives she did with her sister. She says she's a crash out. She's mad because dude cheated. She got her lick back. Now he don't want her. Ooh, so wait a minute. Did he cheat on her? Then she cheated back and now he feel like she damaged goods? Is that what you saying? That would make sense. Ooh. Yeah, girl. I'm paranoid. Now I feel like I smell number 2s everywhere. Thank you for the super chat, Pure Joy. Mother Tree and Moon. Thank you for the super chat. Says, super random, but did you hear about the Hamid Koskin case in the UK? Man convicted of burning the Quran. No jail time, but these are scary times. No. Hamid Koskin case in the UK. So wait, he was convicted for burning the Quran? Is that against the law? Oh, wow. It might be against the law for the Bible too. Child. I haven't heard about it, but I will look into it. Thank you, Mother Tree. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Lady Lavish, thank you for the super chat. Black Cinderella brother accused of dating the fairy grandmother. What? Black Cinderella brother accused of dating the fairy godmother. I don't know what that means, but I hope. You feel what I'm saying? Robin Thick, thank you for the super chat. Side note, I know my channel, my Chanel. Wait, I know why Chanel doesn't like Jackie Christie. Plot twist. Chris Webber, the real pappy, not Doug, and Jackie lied about it over 20 years. I kind of went to looking into that yesterday, y'all. I'm not buying that. Which Doug? Which child? All them motherfuckers look like Doug. Which child is supposed to be for Doug? Supposed to be for Chris Webber? Because all them ones that came out of Doug Nutsack, they all look like him. Even Chantel, they literally look just like the nigga. So I don't know, y'all. I think this is just something to go viral to keep the show in the algorithm. I don't know. I don't believe this Doug and Chris Webber and Jackie Christie thing. I don't know. I just don't believe it. I could be wrong though. Trey, thank you for the super chat. I'm sorry. Thank you for being a member for 10 months. Hey, Trey says, hey, beautiful Vu, it's my birthday and I'm feeling grateful but kind of low. Can I get the birthday song? Absolutely. Matter of fact, y'all get in the chat. Drop these cakes for my boy Trey, for my boo Trey. Thank you so much. I hope you feel better. Happy, 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 happy birthday. I hope you have as many as you would love. And I hope you have a wonderful day, weekend, month, year. And anybody else celebrating a birthday as well. Happy birthday. I'm going to get off of here. Y'all like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. I will see y'all tomorrow, okay? Happy birthday, Trey. Drop them cakes in the chat. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
Happy birthday.
It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat. You know what I want? Blaze up. Come on, Blaze.
It's a beat for me.
Wow, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, lift it up.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.